Skeeter Jean situation is disgusting.
Where you at,
So
Berto?
pred catcher Skeeter John is getting mass roasted in his comments for
Skeeter
catching
Jean.
a pred at his 90-year-old aunt's birthday party and bringing her adult diapers as a gift. I'm confused. Did Skeeter John bring the 90-year-old aunt adult diapers, or did the predator of the aunt bring her adult diapers? I wonder. According to OP, out of all of his videos, he has only gotten 3 people convicted, and Skeeter John currently has 329 videos. I'm not sure if all of them are pertaining to pred catching, but yeah.
Heavy, thank you so much.
All right, here we are.
Yep, the big 9.
So he's at the pred catcher's 90-year-old grandma's birthday. Oh my God.
Hey, how we doing?
This is crazy,
I heard
Rick,
there
man.
was a big 90th birthday party.
Much
going
love,
on here.
trooper.
Okay.
Oh, bro, why does he look like that guy from Dune, bro? He literally looks like the guy, the floating fat blob from the
I know
planet
what
where
you're
all
talking
those
about.
guys' skins are white.
I know. Right on here. So we have these balloons.
No
here
bullying, YouTube.
for you. Looks like
Is that the
courtesy
grandma
of
right
who
there?
we have on the reservation was
Is that her right there?
Stanford. Actually ordered
God.
some balloons. I don't know where you guys want these.
If there ever was a pitch perfect example of what a predator looks like, this would be it. This would.
Holy. Holy.
Definitely be it.
Stanford.
Oh my. I think he knows
Yeah,
he's.
would there be? Is there a Stanford here?
Ah.
Oh, you're Stanford. Oh, well, yeah. We have the delivery.
You know we're not supposed to judge people by a cover, but boy, why do they all look like this? It's like they just all fall right into the stereotype. Holy shit.
We're here for the balloons. We have the birthday gift here. We'll just sit those there.
Wow.
Those will work.
So basically, he's here to catch a pred, and I guess he's gifting his 90-year-old, the predator's 90-year-old grandma, some diapers. Weird. But in the comments, you know, people are saying, I feel so bad for the aunt. It could be possibly her last birthday, and it
think it
ends
could be
with her
staged?
finding out her nephew is a PDF. It's also incredibly unfortunate because even if she's able to celebrate more birthdays, she and the family will always be.
One thing that I'm not saying that all his vids are staged, but one thing I've noticed is with Gideon's pred catches, we actually are seeing people go to jail. I feel with Skeeter Jeans, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't watch enough of his content, but I feel like he's always just trying to clown and joke around with it, which I mean, it's fine, I guess. It still exposes these people as weirdos, but I feel like he has a lot more incentive to stage his shit rather than Gideon. We're actually seeing people get locked up.
Reminded of this incident. Kind of wish Skeet could have done this approach differently, or at least do it when the PDF is by himself. One person said, roughest 38 I've seen in my life. That guy's 38.
YTC, my boy, what up?
Whoa. He definitely could pass for a really horribly aged 50-year-old. Someone in their 50s. Someone said 60s. Anyway,
Could I show you this over here?
here he is.
Yeah, just right over here.
Skeeter gets him up.
Okay, so I also did have to just have a word with you about just some SMS, just. Yeah. So this would be something you sent
Oh,
to
whoa.
him, and just like that.
I'm talking to him.
You're talking to him. You told me he was.
Man,
I was just talking to him about. He wanted me to meet, he wanted me to meet him, but I keep saying I can't. I wanted to talk to him, make sure he was like, okay, like.
Okay.
He said
Oh,
he's
wow.
gay and
Did say
was
that,
having
yeah.
problems in school and stuff, and I was just trying to help.
Oh, wow. You were just trying to
Just
be
trying to
a
help.
father figure, right? A role model. Someone to help him get through his...
Listen, brother, you can't see your fucking chest. I don't want any help from you, gang. I don't want any advice. I don't want any advice from somebody who can't see their chest when they look down, brother.
Tap into Berto Gaming to never miss a live gaming experience.
Come here, baby girl.
mental health issues as I guess a gay young child in school. Yeah, sure, buddy. But the primary issue I suppose people have with this video is encapsulated by this. One comment, someone said, this one kind of makes me sad. F the pred. The aunt deserved better for her 90th birthday. Another person said, poor aunt, what a way to celebrate your 90th. Another person said, why bring the family into it like this? It could be her last birthday or someone's last family gathering. I've been here such a long time and I've watched every video, but I can't watch this one. So it seems like a lot of people are angry at Skeeter John about this. Another person said, I don't
Yeah, it wasn't. That's not the most tasteful approach. Definitely not.
know about this one. Not cool for the elderly woman. One person said, I'm conflicted. I know this weirdo deserves humiliation, but damn, I feel so bad for that family. they were having a great time, with the aunt gonna die relatively soon with that last memory of this dude. So listen, I have nothing against Gideon,
She's 90, but don't put that on her shit.
Skeeter John, or most of these pred catching guys. Sure, if you can get creeps and weirdos off the streets, go for it, as long as you're working with police officers and law enforcement to actually catch preds. However, as according to OP, they're saying Skeeter John has only convicted 3 people. I don't know if this claim is true or not, but I will say that the primary motivation for a lot of this content is views. Obviously, if it didn't pay, if it didn't get views, they'd be doing something different. And I believe that's the problem a lot of people have with this content. They think it's misplaced virtue, it's fake, it's sensationalized. Fake in the sense that it's primarily profit driven, right? Then here we have this other video that OP linked about Skeeter John doing a video in the Taco Bell where a manager told him to get out because he didn't want to lose his job. They were trying to do a sting here, and yeah, even the comments were basically railing against him as well. Anyway, here's the part.
Hey, we're actually wondering, would a Paul happen to work here?
Okay, that's the pred.
Depends why you're asking.
Well, we just have some messages, let's say, between a Paul that works here and our nephew. Well, I'm a friend of the family. It's his nephew, and he's.
Okay, so this is unfortunately not something I can really deal with at this store, especially since you guys are not law enforcement.
No, I didn't say we were.
Oh. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So does Skeeter John not have law enforcement with him with all of his videos? I assume as a content creator, he can't always just ask police to tag along with him anytime he wants to make content, right?
I can't say anything to you guys, unfortunately.
Okay. But isn't that him right there?
I don't need to talk to you anyway.
This is like the fine line that I think Skeeter's fucking up with. What a name, bro. Holy shit. I'm going to call him Gene, not Skeeter. That just feels crazy. But like, I get you're trying to do your content or whatever, but at the end of the day, if we're in a public establishment, regular people are working their jobs that have nothing to do with the situation, and they don't want any problems. They don't want to be on camera. Like, you're just going to have to do it a different way. Like, yeah, we all want justice. Yeah, we all want the PDF file to get caught and be exposed, but not at the expense of people that have nothing to do with the situation and are just doing their job.
I'm sorry, I'm not here at the store.
There it is.
Not here at the store? Are you? So you understand what he's asking you about? Mm-hmm. He's sending inappropriate messages to. So you're just going to condone that? And just,
I'm not saying I condone it or not. I'm just saying that you guys are.
So why are you trying to obstruct us from talking about?
The issue here is, guys, because obviously I want to quickly sum it up for you guys. This is the manager. He works at the Taco Bell. Clearly there's a pred there. Skeeter John wants to, cash in a sting operation for his video, but the manager is saying no, none of that can go on here.
Which, I mean, in the manager's defense, I'm going to assume that he does not know that his employee is a pred. He's just doing his due diligence as a good manager in general to kind of be like, yo, watch out. Like, I'm not about to just let you just barge in here, point at one of my employees and start recording them and saying a bunch of bullshit. Again, not defending the PDF file, but that makes sense. That's a W store manager, no? In general.
And I understand, as a manager of a store, especially if there's no law enforcement here and it's just like some rogue vigilantes trying to make content out of this, I'm not risking my job and my position, getting 15 paid, 20 maybe dollars an hour. I worked up to being a manager at this location just because these guys want to make YouTube content. And someone in the top comment said, the manager just doesn't want to lose his job. Really can't blame him in this economy. Facts. Another person said he wasn't defending, bro, but just didn't want to get fired, bro. Like, in this day and age, in this economy, everybody keep your jobs. Keep your jobs as best as you can. Another person said, I'm glad the comments are defending the Taco Bell worker. He's just a young man trying to do his job. And another one said, respectfully, the manager did his job. He gave the help he could. And okay, guys, for clarification, the guy behind the desk may or may not have been the manager. I think a lot of viewers likely mistook him for being the manager, which is not a big deal. But here's the part where he actually got kicked out of the Taco Bell because clearly they didn't want any of that in the store.
Coming out, we're probably not going to get to talk to him. Probably.
Check this out,
They're
guys.
just going to protect him.
It's not about protecting him. It's just
what he does outside of work is his choice. I do have to ask you guys to leave.
Okay.
I can't have you here anymore.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to notify, just have the police come out then, since we know he's here.
That is perfectly okay. That is completely up to every one of your
Okay.
rights. But I just talked to my boss, and
right.
And Paul's aware of that we'll have to escalate it to that.
Paul is aware, yes.
Okay.
Can I,
So he'd rather talk to the police than just...
Correct.
Okay.
can I just get clarity? You said that we
So yeah, they clearly don't want any of this, you know, what Skeeter John typically does going down at their Taco Bell location, which is valid. I mean, people, you know, regional managers, however Taco Bell operates their franchises, they don't want this being attached to the brand. So clearly they're not going to have this being happening in the store. As another commenter highlighted, they say, I don't think the manager was defending anyone. I think this was a crazy interaction that he wasn't prepared to have. I mean, good God, everybody, listen, these are just 9 to 5 regular people going into to work, going into their jobs. They're not prepared to have a YouTuber slash pred catcher coming in and like doing this, catching them off guard. And back over to Reddit. You know, the top comment here says, I'm very much convinced that the modern predator catching genre is just the metastasized version of the 2016's prank epidemic from people like Vitaly, of course. Both have zero care about who they are affecting with their actions and who is involved, as well as doing undue harm onto the prankee because this, and I quote, sting, sure, just feels like a prank. These guys are working with probably very little formal evidence, no warrant, and doing it all in front of either the public or families, making this all a clear public humiliation ritual for clicks. What evidence does this guy even have? I don't know if Skeeter John or Gideon ever showed the evidence that they have, but the one thing I will say is though, you should probably start blurring other people's faces, like family or friends, people who don't know anything about what their friend is doing behind the scenes, because that is embarrassing. Like you're kind of f***ing with their public image. They go on to say, and while I understand wanting to be cruel to predators, there is a reason police are not allowed to beat, humiliate, and intentionally
Listen, imagine showing up to your first day of work and Gideon shows up saying your fry cook is a pred. Yeah, GG's, man. Again, man, I think regular people just want to do their job and go home with as little resistance as possible. So I'm not too mad at any of the employees that were just kind of like, yo, bro, we're not trying to deal with this shit. Because honestly, I'd probably be on the same shit. Like, yeah, you come in here and you start pointing fingers and saying, yo, he's a PDF file and, you know, we want to, but my natural response is just going to be like, where are the police? Like, are the police here? Like, or are you just literally a random content creator coming in here and pointing fingers and saying shit? Like, I wouldn't want to deal with you either. I think, again, not to defend no PDF file, but just human decency. You know what I'm saying? There's two things could be true at the same time. Like, we're not trying to defend the PDF file, but it's like, bro, I can't just take a random stranger's word and like, oh, yeah, him, he's a PDF file. We're about to record him and expose him. What? As far as I know, this is just my fucking Krabby Patty fry cook. You know what I mean?
Was suffering, although I do recognize they usually don't care because it's innocent until proven guilty. They also don't typically perform arrests in situations like this because that creates public spectacle. Doing this intentionally in front of family and disrespecting the 90-year-old woman makes this clear this isn't about catching a predator. It's about a new, and I quote, safe target to humiliate online for clicks. Other predator catchers do the same stuff, injuring, humiliating, and luring predators with little to no evidence because nobody will cry if a pedo is injured regardless if they actually are one. And you don't get clicks when the police use your data to arrest someone properly. So yeah, pretty much nobody's sympathizing with pedos, and that is why this content works so well. Nobody cares about predators if they get injured or embarrassed, and content creators, they know this, and you can capitalize on this. But the issue, you know, with this stuff is if you get it wrong, you're and you can ruin someone's life, like Vitaly did recently, and he's getting sued to boot. And then, you know, I guess with guys like Skeeter John, who are, I suppose they are actually catching real preds with a probably low conviction rate at this point, given he has over 300 videos with only 3 preds actually being convicted. But the real problem comes in is when you're intruding on real people's, like people within the vicinity, victims who are not the pred. You're filming them, not censoring their faces and attaching their identities to predators, of which They probably didn't even know we're predators. One person said, a predator hunter is bad? Color me surprised. Another person here said, last night about 95% were negative and were the top comments. Not anymore though. LOL, they are being deleted. So I guess Skeeter John is out here, or his team, deleting comments. Guys, I'm just letting you know, I never delete comments. I barely read comments beyond the first 10 minutes. And if they're...
I read all my comments, but I never delete comments. So leave all your positive and negative comments. I read them all.
There really are any deleted comments.
Sometimes I even respond if I'm triggered enough. I'll play it. I hardly ever get triggered, but I do troll sometimes. Comments
is probably YouTube's spam filter. Another person said it's always been clear he has been doing this for views and has never given a shit about any real victims. Guys, I just gotta say, any YouTuber doing vigilante crime busting likely does not care about said crime catching. They just want to get views. And I constantly admit this because I'm a YouTuber and I understand the primary motive for a lot of content is like views. I don't understand why content creators are so afraid to admit that. Like, sure.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not even really mad at, like, let's just call a spade, bro. Gideon and Skeeter Gene don't give a fuck about the justice as much as they probably should. I think it's one of those things where they can pat themselves on the back because they are bringing some justice to light, but ultimately they're getting paid doing it. Now, I think there's probably a lot of like discourse on that, like whether that's right or wrong. Me personally, it's kind of like, maybe this is an extreme example, but does every single police officer that arrests somebody deeply care about the justice of the situation? I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, but I think it's their job. I think it's their duty, and they get paid to do that. And while they also get paid to do that, they get to pat themselves on the back and know that they're doing something that is positive in the world. So that might not be the best comparison. It's probably honestly a terrible comparison. But on another level, I feel like that's what this is. I feel like they're doing what they do. They're making their money, and they're putting bad people in jail or exposing bad people's actions. It's a win-win. I'm not necessarily mad at it. I don't necessarily think you have to be the most like, oh, I'm doing this for justice type of person to still do the right thing.
The job is fun, yeah, but if we didn't get views and we couldn't pay our bills, we would.
Well, that's the difference. I do think Gideon makes up. Yeah, you're right. I do think Gideon makes a better effort to get them actually convicted, which that one would argue, and I might even, change my stance, that I think that Gideon actually cares about the result rather than, I think Skeeter, he just wants to get his views, man. He doesn't give a fuck.
Literally have to get a 9-to-5 or pivot and do something else. Like, we're not going homeless and still making content. It wouldn't even be possible. And for this comment right here, guys, they say all these pred catchers used to be public nuisances. Just look at their history. Gideon, Ski, Vitali, all of these guys used to do prank videos, like to prank people. They don't care about anyone at all. They're so mentally fried. They expect people to believe what they're saying at face value. Like, bro, if a random person comes up to me and tells me that my family member is a pred, I'm not going to believe them immediately and let them in my house or allow them to talk to my family. We live in an age of YouTubers who lie and make shit up for clout. My first thought would be, this dude isn't a cop, he's probably lying. They just found a socially acceptable way to harass people in public. They enjoy seeing families break down, which is why they want the pred to call their family during the sting. They enjoy involving bystanders and...
Nah, facts. You're right. Gideon was already a big creator. He could have got views doing other shit. I think he cares more than other catchers, but the views is obviously part of it. I think so too, and that's why I said I'm willing to take back what I said. I think Gideon actually cares about what he's doing, because Gideon really could have went back to just doing public pranks and shit, and we might have been like, you switched up on your Christianity stuff, but nobody would care. They'd still watch him. Gideon has shown that he's a creative type of creator and goes hard with his content. He definitely actually gives a fuck. If I had to guess,
making them uncomfortable. They'll blast innocent people who don't believe them, and they try to ruin their public image too. They want this. That's why this man bought diapers for the granny. He's not a good person and has never been in. As for that scene of him giving the granny diapers or buying her diapers, honestly, guys, looking back at it here,
Birthday party going on here. Yes. Okay, the big 9-0. Yeah. Right on here. So we have these.
I couldn't find the part
for you. Looks like
I'm not sure if he cut it out or not.
Reservation was a Stanford. Actually ordered some balloons. I don't know where you guys want.
You can actually cut things out post upload
yeah,
on YouTube. Just letting you guys know.
Stanford? Oh, well, yeah, we have the.
I mean, I guess I knew that, but I've always felt like that shit was a little janky. But hey, I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and look at it.
Delivery here for the balloons. We have the birthday gift here.
The birthday gift here, I think.
Those will work.
With the diapers.
Great.
They say.
And, yeah. We're just recording the fun time. Yeah, we just record everywhere we go when we do our drop.
This is just sad, honestly.
And there's a little birthday bag whenever you want to get to it. So.
Leave grandma out of this, man.
Damn. Yeah. How does it feel being the big 9-0? Oh, great. Feels great. But hey,
poor lady.
Everyone here, you're celebrating your 21st, right? Go ahead. And the Stanford, right? Well, just want to shake your hands, sir. Thank you for ordering from us.
She looks very lively for 90s.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I have
they're gonna clap, guys. Watch this.
Like the whole name spelled out here. So that'd be him.
That is crazy.
Okay, so we got that there. So I see you guys already had the big 9-0.
This is just, I gotta say, this is just.
Yeah, this is pretty fucking distasteful, bro. Skeeter, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This was pretty damn distasteful. I cannot lie.
You know, first of all, don't be a weirdo, pedophile, predator. Second of all, guys, Skeeter, John, Gideon, if this is the way you create content, please start probably blurring out the faces, if you can, of family members, innocent people who don't know anything about this, because none of these people's faces deserve to be in the video.
There, but we just figured we'd drop off some more balloons for you. So, hey, you know, we try. Yeah.
They're gonna start clapping.
And happy birthday.
Yeah, man. So. I think this type of content is probably going to be coming to an end very soon, especially with Vitaly getting sued. YouTube might just say, F it, that we don't want this on the platform anymore. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So, Predcatch.
Word, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section. I gave y'all my thoughts. Very weird situation. Yeah. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name is Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction. I want to see you guys there on the next one. The link to that is in the description, and I'll see y'all there.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.